If you've been feeling that quiet, growing discomfort, that sense that staying the same is becoming harder than changing, this episode is for you. We're standing at the threshold of a new chapter, and the old patterns, the pretending, the I'm not ready stories, it's time to let them all go. This is part 3 of our special year-end series designed to help you get unstuck and step into the new year feeling truly, deeply aligned with who you are becoming. Forget the pressure of typical New Year's resolutions. We're going deeper. We're talking about real, lasting change that happens from the inside out. Today, we're moving from reflection into creation, and I'll be sharing the 3 essential, yet surprisingly simple steps to start building the new life you want to experience next year. Okay, let's get into it. You're listening to the Soul Aligned Self-Care Podcast. I'm your host, Tina Stinson, and I had a stroke at the age of 39 from stress and burnout that shook my world. Now I'm laying it all out, the deep level self-care practices and mindset shifts that I needed that kept me healthy, balanced, and thriving. Join me in this intimate space as we explore healing, resilience, and the soul's journey to alignment. This is where real conversations about deep-level self-care happen. Let's get into it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Soul Aligned Self-Care Podcast. This is part 3 of a series that I've been working on, helping you get unstuck and start your new year feeling really aligned with yourself. And there's a lot that goes on this time of the year for, New Year's resolutions and all that stuff. I like looking at it more as like a winter thing. So as we move into winter is a time for rest and planning and stuff like that. And I love taking the time in between Christmas and New Year's to do that kind of stuff. I also do this kind of work on my birthday because it's like, one more year, one more trip around the sun, right? So it's the same kind of thing, but I do love kind of doing that reflection type work in between those 2 holidays, And so I thought I would do this series just offering some journal prompts and some of the things that I've been doing to get myself unstuck. I'm going through this new rebirthing period right now myself, moving into like a new era. And so travel along with me. So today I'm talking about how you start building, that new life that you want to create, if you want to create a new life, to experience new things in the new year, right? So every new year kind of carries like a little spark, a little sense of possibility, and this little invitation to like start again. But I encourage you to start now because it's a nice time to rest and reflect. I've been feeling pretty stuck for a long time. So for those of you who feel that growing discomfort of staying the same, it's like more than a spark right now. And if you're standing at the threshold of a new chapter, just as I am, and you're tired of like repeating the same old patterns over and over again, tired of pretending that you're not ready or you're just afraid, this is the moment to get started. This is what I've been talking about. So why does real change happen from the inside out? It doesn't happen because the calendar says it's time to change. It's really going to happen from the inside out. And the other 2 podcast episodes before this one, and if you haven't listened to them, definitely go check them out. I kind of talked about, why we get stuck and why we stay stuck sometimes for so long and why sometimes it's just this period of rest that we need. And that's part of the plan, right? So, but New Year's resolutions kind of fail when we try to like do all these new habits, but we leave our identity untouched. Like if you want a true reset, a true change, the kind that actually will stick with you, then you have to shift the story underneath your choices. Like who you think that you're allowed to be? Like, what do you believe you deserve? How safe do you feel taking up space? How much joy are you willing to let in? What version of you is quietly asking to be seen? Okay. This is kind of like the deeper work that we do. And it's exactly why the new year can be such a powerful, like, energetic doorway. So 3 steps to start creating a very aligned new year for yourself. The first thing is clarity, okay? Not like goals, but who are you becoming next? This version of you is going to choose differently. What is she or he going to choose? How do you want to feel? What do you really want to bring into your life? What are you going to create? So I really want you to explore this. Pick up the journal and do some journal work. And you can't really move in a direction if you don't know what you want. It's just like a GPS. So like if you're driving from New York to California, but you just, you put in the starting destination, and this is where I'm at right now, I'm in New York, but you put in no destination to where you're going, then you're just going to like drive around aimlessly, right? And you're just going to go wherever the tide takes you. But if you really want to go in a certain direction, then you have to figure out what that direction is. You don't have to know all the steps in between, all the turns. Those can change. And even if you figured out every step, you're probably going to take different ones along the way. We can never predict exactly the moves and the turns and the choices that we're going to make along the way to where we want to go. But you do need to have an idea of the direction that you want to go in. So that first step is really important, that clarity. And I would encourage you to spend a lot of time, kind of asking those questions to yourself. And if you really want to like join me for the reset in December, and I'll put that link in the show notes so you can join us. The next thing that's really, really important, and a lot of people leave this one out, is, you have to feel comfortable in your skin. You have to have nervous system support. You have to feel safe. If your body doesn't feel safe, change will not stick, period. This work is so important. You can't really change anything until you feel safe in your body. And even when you like start doing some of this self-care stuff and you start to feel really good, you have to keep going. So it's the same as working out. Like you don't stop working out when you look good and you feel great, right? You have to there's a maintenance kind of a thing going on. So don't stop doing the nervous system work. So the meditations, the breath work, the somatic movement, all that stuff. Don't stop doing that if you start to feel good. If you start to feel good, then okay, I'm doing something right. This is working for me. I'm going to keep doing this. That's what you have to say. So before you add anything new, before you start deciding what direction you're going to go in, give yourself like grounding meditation, breath work, slowness, stillness. Your system needs that space to be able to expand. So before you really start moving into that new, if it's your new era, like it is for myself, you need to feel safe in your body. You need to be doing this work on a daily basis. Now, the third thing that you need to do is daily alignment. So like number one, the clarity, exactly what the direction you want to go in. So the daily alignment are like, you don't need like this, like a spreadsheet of exact habits that you're going to check off, like a checklist. You need like anchors, small ritualistic things that keep you connected to your truth. So as an example, I'm trying to think of an example. Say your goal really next year is to bring more joy into your life. You're not having enough fun. You're working too hard. And so your goal is to bring joy into your life, and you want to say you used to enjoy going out dancing, right? And so every day, like daily, what does daily alignment look like for that? Daily alignment for that looks like finding friends that like to go dancing, making plans with them, finding places to go dancing, maybe taking dance lessons, like lining all that stuff up, and keeping up the nervous system work. So you're keeping your nervous system balanced so you always feel safe in your body. So it's about looking at your day every day and saying to yourself, are my actions aligned with this direction that I want to go in? So like say like that was your goal, to have more fun, more joy, and start dancing and spending more time with friends and family or whatever. But you start the new year off and you're just working your butt off and you're not seeing your family and that's not alignment, right? You're not you're not in that daily alignment. So every day you should be thinking about, what am I doing today that is aligned with this new experience I want to have? So daily alignment. So you have clarity on what you want, nervous system support, and daily alignment. It's very, very simple 3 steps. And daily alignment doesn't have to be like this big, huge chore. It could just be 5 minutes is enough, just to kind of like, check in with yourself and say, how am I feeling? What am I spending my time on? Presence with yourself beats productivity every time. Like, you just need to check in with yourself on a regular basis. I would go as far to say, check in with yourself a couple of times a day. Because that's what I do. I don't always do it. And I don't like using the word try, but, I set a timer on my phone to check in with myself. And as long as I'm not in the middle of something, like if the timer went off right now, I'm not going to like have a moment of silence to check in with myself while I'm recording the podcast. But it did go off this morning while I was putting my makeup on, and I stopped for a moment. And what I do is I close my eyes, I put one hand on my heart, and I put the other hand like on my belly, like over my belly button. And I just take a few deep breaths, and I'm like, how am I feeling? How does this day feel like? What am I aligned with? What doesn't feel aligned? Can I get rid of what doesn't feel aligned? Just to like a little check-in. That's all. So as I said, I'm in the middle of my own reinvention. So if you want to join me along this path, definitely join me in the reset. Listen to all 3 of these podcast episodes. But I'm stepping into a completely new era for myself. I'm moving into a new home. I'm getting involved in more creative work, which is me returning to something I did when I was a lot younger that I haven't done in a long time, like before I had kids, right? I'm going like a little bit of a new direction in my business. I'm shifting a little bit. And so within all of that, a new identity is emerging beneath all of that, a new way I want to live, a new way I want to experience my life. And it feels completely different for me. It's thrilling, it's terrifying, but it's absolutely feels completely 100% aligned. And if you're reading this, I think, I should say if you're listening to this, you're probably sensing the same thing for yourself. I've noticed this a lot with a lot of the people I'm talking to, friends, family, clients. A lot of people are feeling this right now. So this is an invitation to you to like join me for that reset, that December reset. The link will be in the show notes for my Patreon. There is a free trial right now, so you can kind of join and take advantage of, I think it's a 7-day free trial. And the December reset starts, as I said, December 26th and goes through New Year's Eve. It's a very, the resets that I do inside of the Patreon, as I said, I do them every month. They're very easy to implement, simple steps. The whole key to the process that I teach is adding these very small, very small baby steps in that are very easy to implement, so it doesn't feel like another thing that you have to do in a place where a lot of people are feeling very overwhelmed already. So this reset is not a lot of work. You don't have to show up at a certain time. Basically, if you're in the Patreon, I think it's the lowest, one of the lowest level Patreon tiers. I think it's like $5 a month after the free trial. You automatically are able to get all the resets, all the past resets and all the new ones, and all the meditations too. So it's kind of a great deal. And you're just going to get like a post every day with journal prompts that are going to help lead you into the new year feeling very comfortable, confident, and aligned with yourself so that you can start off on your new journey feeling really good. So I hope that you join me. And as I said, the 3 steps that you need to move into the new year, you need clarity, nervous system support, and daily alignment. And you can get all 3 of those in my Patreon group. I cover all of that, especially the nervous system support. So if you need that and you need someone to help you get started on that, we do a new meditation every single week and also a self-care practice for the week. So you can join us over there. Okay, guys, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I will probably, after this, see you in the new year. Okay, love you guys. Bye. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you never miss a new one. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, I'd love it if you could leave a review. It helps get the show in front of more people who might need this type of support. And if you're ready to take your everyday self-care even deeper, come join us inside the Soul Aligned Life Patreon. Every week, you'll get new self-care practices and tools to help reduce stress and overwhelm. Plus, we do a monthly reset to keep you aligned and supported always. You'll find the link in the show notes, and I'd love to see you there. Until next time, be sure to take good care of yourself. Love ya. Bye.